Ethereum and Bitcoin are both pumping, and when I mean pumping, they are exploding. Check out the Ethereum chart that we've been tracking for quite a few days now. As you guys can see, we've had a beautiful ascending triangle forming here, and more closely, we've been watching not only a bull flag, but this price ceiling that we've been waiting patiently to break through. We thought it would take a little bit longer of this consolidation, but at any point we closed above this major resistance here, opened a buy-in opportunity. Now, we do have some things to discuss as it did close above it, but much greater of a candle closure within that day yesterday than we were anticipating, which is still okay as the moderate and aggressive trades were made during the 4-hour charts, which I'll show you in a minute. But even then, closure right here as a conservative daily candle would still been able to earn profit, as we are still seeing a green light for today, as markets are still swinging even higher for Ethereum that we need to go over and we need to discuss later on in today's episode. Not only Ethereum, but we're also going to be looking at Bitcoin, which is surprisingly exploding outside its ascending broadening wedge, which we discussed yesterday. Textbook usually confirms closure to the downside and a breakdown to the downside here. When we start to look at what's happening right now, prices are actually wicking above top resistance, and if we manage to close above this resistance today, we're going to be able to buy in and long this with expectations of a continued bull rally. So I'm very excited to go over and discuss all this with you in a moment's notice here. We're also going to be looking at the S&P 500, which has opened and is kind of teeter-tottering off a top resistance. We're starting to potentially form some sort of fractal, maybe something like this. We don't know just yet. There is definitely something forming. We're going to have to try to figure this out later on in today's episode. But with that being said, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's jump into today's episode. So guys, yesterday we made a very interesting video, a few things to go over. We were talking not only about Ethereum, but Bitcoin as well. The SEC hack, the exchange traded funds, the ETFs, which could potentially be released here, as well as a potential Bitcoin flash liquidation, where prices were expecting to correct lower here, as we had drawn on an ascending broadening wedge onto Bitcoin here, which typically reverses all the way to a bottom support. I want to show you guys what that specifically looks like. An ascending broadening wedge kind of looks like this pattern here, and they typically have a bearish correction to the downside here. Now, it's not over, and we haven't formed it just yet. There is still that possibility that we could continue to correct lower, and that's why we're not going to fear a FOMO into the markets just yet here. But there are some other things we do have to discuss, and there are some things that we do have to go over here. Specifically, looking at the current coin market cap. A quick refresh reveals that Bitcoin is currently up 2.8% the past hour, 8.5%, 24 hours, and over 11% in the past 7 days. Ethereum is up 18% to 12% past 24 hours and 18 over the past 7 days as well. We are definitely on track for a bull run. This is the highest the global crypto market cap has been, and who knows how long. We're approaching 10% for the day here, almost $1.84 trillion, 74 on the Fear and Greed Index. We look astronomical. Things are doing incredibly well, as we discussed in yesterday's video as well for Bitcoin and Ethereum here. Now you can see this was a huge opportunity yesterday for moderate and aggressive traders, as well as conservative traders here. Typically, how we go around navigating this market here is we were tracking a beautiful ascending triangle, clear price ceiling, clear uptrend here. We had a clear resistance, a top resistance, where the bulls were not able to break us through. Every time we came to retest it, we would end up breaking down. However, each time we fell, it was higher than the last, forming an ascending triangle. How we ended up talking about this, where we could buy in and long in. Conservatively, as conservative traders, the opportunity to buy into this was right here when we closed last night. Right here. If you did, you'd currently be up quite a bit still with that stop loss tucked away just in case, and you could slowly move that stop loss up to lock in profits on this, but we could head even higher up, which is insane. Obviously, as we fill in this gap here, we build up pressure, we build up steam, and at some point we do break. Typically, ascending triangles break down, but there's no stopping us to break up. It doesn't really matter at this point here, as once we know we confirm a break above or below these resistances or supports, we know when to buy in. So because we confirm closure above this right here, this was the opportunity to buy in and long to the upside here, being up a slight bit of profit. Currently, that would be price range right here is about 3.5% for us for right now. But even cooler is for the moderate to aggressive traders looking at the 4-hour charts here. You can see that other opportunity arose once we confirmed closure here a bit earlier. You had multiple steps to buy in. You had to phase out these because we have been above it in the past, and that's what we're kind of afraid of here, is there are at times points where we do reverse downwards from here. You can see how many pump fakes there would be. Bull traps here. Oh, look, we confirm closure above resistance. You buy in and we dump. We do it right here. We buy in, we dump here. So you have to be, mindful of the possibilities of that bull trap. And we can kind of phase that out by setting up horizontal lines, putting it right at, price ceiling. Let's say right here was where we had the candle close. And you can see that opportunity to buy in would have been a bit earlier then waiting for the daily for those moderate to aggressive traders. Conservative traders would have had to wait. That opportunity would have approached itself at 24.49. Once we confirm that breakout, we would have been able to scale this right here, obviously moving that stop loss up as well. Absolutely a monstrosity of a breakout, for Ethereum here. Nothing we weren't surprised of. This is what we've been anticipating. Obviously, we don't necessarily know whether it's to the upside or the downside here, but we do kind of know when it's going to come, and we know that volume is going to either inject itself or reject itself from the market, pull itself out. And at this time around, we've been bullish. Ethereum's getting that market injection, which is incredible. And that same thing applies itself with Bitcoin. Now, here's the thing on Bitcoin. Just like I said about Ethereum, the same thing would apply itself with Bitcoin. Actually, before we dive into that here, I do specifically want to talk about BitFi super quick. For those that don't know, BitFi is the #1 cryptocurrency leveraging exchange that I like to use here on the channel. The coolest part is BitFi is offering multiple rewards for new users. For those that sign up right now with the link in the description below, you can earn $100 USDT by signing up and completing the KYC. You can earn 200 USDT for depositing and 200 USDT for trading. That's $500 in free cryptocurrency and bonus money by signing up with the link down in the description below. They even have a welcome rewards and a demo trading account, which is super cool. But as you guys can see here, where is it? Here we go. You can earn over $2,000 in rewards by signing up with the link down in the description below, and then completing these kind of coupons right here. You can claim. There's tons of them. So make sure to check it out down in the description. And then they even have a demo account, which allows you to trade around with completely free Monopoly money, risk-free. Learn the accounts. You could do Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Litecoin, XRP with sample crypto with $50,000 in Monopoly money to test your skills, get familiar with the exchange. It's just awesome overall. So definitely make sure to check it out down in the description below. Sign up to BitFi ASAP. We are going to be doing more giveaways with them shortly here. But with that being said, diving back into the markets here, back into the market makers. As you guys can see too, this rally is still going to happen here. We're going to start to get, we're going to start to fizzle out. We've seen the breakout. The markets have already kind of expected and phased in the correction here, the volatility that would come from the ETFs. We've kind of already expected it to happen here. So it's not new. People buy the rumor, sell the news. So we've already kind of phased it in. And we're also inside a beautiful ascending wedge here, broadening wedge. And this is really what I need to focus in on here. As you guys know, we're starting to wick above it, but that doesn't mean we should be FOMOing in. Reason being is, as you can see here, ascending broadening wedge patterns can indicate forthcoming trend reversal, typically a correction. If this pattern occurs during a downtrend or a bearish market condition, the price of stock moves above the upper trend line, it can indicate potential bullish reversal. On the other hand, an ascending broadening wedge pattern occurring during an uptrend or bullish market conditions, the price stock moves below the lower trend line, it can indicate bearish reversal here. So typically, it's either or. They usually end up bearish, I'd say more times than not. However, if we break above here, this could indicate a continued bullish reversal. As you can see here, we came off a bull run here. So it's very exciting. It just all depends on how we close tonight. We have literally 9 hours left, a little over 8.5, or a lot over 8.5, about 8 hours and 53 minutes for this candle to close. And if we can close above this downtrend, it would be a key buy-in opportunity tonight to buy in and long to the upside here, which is very exciting. We just have to see if this is going to happen. Obviously, you can take advantage of this on a more aggressive scale here if we see the 4-hour close us above it. We haven't done it just yet, but you can clearly tell that there is a beautiful ascending broadening wedge happening here, higher lows and higher highs continuously here. And as we retest it, you can see we've constantly been rejected on the 4-hour for Bitcoin here every single time. So if you want to play it more aggressive, 53 minutes is candle closure. If we can close this above resistance, above this yellow resistance here, that's an opportunity to buy in aggressively and swing to the upside, obviously taking advantage of it on BidFi. So make sure to check this out, as it's going to be happening around the corner. And then moving forward from that, the S&P is also correcting a bit lower here, so we might be coming to the end of this correction, but nothing, in the short term. Still bullish long term here, but in the short term for the S&P, I expect to see something like this, some consolidation followed by, once we can confirm breach above that price ceiling, a massive pump to the upside here, which is very exciting. So opportunity is now. Make sure to check it out. Make sure to check out S&P 500. We're going to see some consolidation at the time being, and also to discuss a potential movement here. I don't know if there's one just yet. It could be something like this. And there could be another ascending, broadening wedge. I don't know for sure. We can leave this on here for the time being and kind of see how this pans out. But it's nothing to write home about at the time of making this video. But with that being said, smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.